AudioBooksTube is glad to produce, publish, and offer. The magic of surrender: the more you let go, the faster you manifest. By Sage D. Esotreasure. In life, there exists a profound truth that many often overlook: the power of surrender. At first glance, surrender might appear to contradict what society often teaches us, that success requires control and relentless effort. However, as we begin this journey, we will explore the simple yet transformative magic of surrender and how it can bring our deepest desires and dreams to life. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or passively accepting whatever comes our way. Instead, it involves a shift in perspective, one that encourages us to release the illusion of control and embrace the vast possibilities that life offers. Since childhood, many of us have been conditioned to believe that hard work and persistence are the keys to success. We create elaborate plans and expectations, convinced that if we can predict and prepare for every outcome, we can shape our future exactly as we wish. But life often surprises us, and things don't always go according to plan. In these moments, we face a choice: continue trying to control everything or let go and trust the journey as it unfolds. Imagine a leaf floating gently along a river. The leaf doesn't try to navigate its path, it simply allows itself to be carried by the flow of the water. In doing so, it reaches its destination with grace and ease, experiencing a freedom and beauty it could not have found if it had resisted the current. This image encapsulates the essence of surrender, releasing the need to control and trusting that life will guide us where we need to go. When we surrender our attachment to specific outcomes, we open ourselves to a world of opportunities we may have otherwise overlooked. The act of surrender invites us to be fully present, to observe the subtle signs and synchronicities the universe presents, and to trust that everything is unfolding as it should. It requires courage to let go of meticulously crafted plans and believe that something greater than we can imagine is possible. As we practice surrender, we may begin to see the world differently. What once appeared as obstacles or setbacks reveal themselves as opportunities for growth and new directions. The energy we previously expended on resisting and controlling can now be channeled into creativity, joy, and mindfulness. Surrender helps us tap into a state of flow where our actions feel effortless, and time seems to disappear. In this state, we become attuned to our intuition, make decisions with ease, and move through life with a sense of purpose and grace. Surrender is not a one-time decision, it is an ongoing practice. Our minds, conditioned by years of striving and controlling, will naturally try to take the reins again. But with awareness, we can gently guide ourselves back to a place of openness and receptivity. Over time, surrender becomes not just a tool for personal growth, but a way of living. It influences our relationships, careers, and overall approach to life, encouraging us to listen more deeply, respond with intention, and enjoy the journey rather than fixating on specific goals. However, surrender can be challenging. It forces us to question deeply ingrained beliefs about success, control, and our place in the world. At times, we may feel uncertain, and old patterns of thinking may attempt to pull us back into a false sense of control. But by continuing to release and trust, we strengthen our ability to flow with life and open ourselves to more opportunities than we ever thought possible. Consider the concept of strength and letting go. In life, we often cling tightly to control, believing that our willpower is the key to making our dreams a reality. But paradoxically, it is when we let go that we begin to see our desires come to fruition. Surrender is a central practice in the law of attraction and the process of manifestation. Visualize a clenched fist, capable of holding only so much. Now imagine that hand relaxing, fingers spread open, palm facing the sky. In this open state, the hand can receive far more. This image beautifully illustrates the power of letting go in the process of manifesting our desires. When we relinquish the need for strict control over outcomes, we allow the universe to work its magic, signaling that we trust its wisdom and timing. This act of trust creates energetic pathways and opportunities we cannot see from our limited perspective. Take Sarah, for example, an accomplished artist who struggled for years to make a living doing what she loved. She worked tirelessly, producing more art, marketing herself, and micromanaging every aspect of her career. But success eluded her. Finally, in a moment of exhaustion and frustration, she decided to let go. She began to create art purely for the joy of it, free from the need for financial success. Ironically, it was this shift in focus that led to her breakthrough. A gallery owner, moved by the authenticity of her new work, invited her to hold a solo exhibition, launching the successful career she had been striving for but unable to achieve on her own. Sarah's story highlights a universal truth. Often, what we desire is also seeking us, but our need for control creates resistance. When we let go, we remove the barriers, allowing our desires to flow into our lives more effortlessly. So, what does it truly mean to let go in the context of manifestation? It doesn't mean giving up on our dreams or passively watching life pass us by. It means surrendering the how and when of our desires and trusting in the greater wisdom of the universe. Surrender acknowledges that some things are beyond our control and that the universe operates on a scale much larger than our personal plans. Think of a seed planted in the earth. It doesn't struggle to grow. Instead, it trusts the sun, soil, and rain to provide what it needs. Over time, the seed grows into a beautiful plant, effortlessly reaching its potential. We can learn much from this natural process. As gardeners of our desires, we plant our intentions, nurture them with positive energy and belief, and then give them the space and time to grow. We don't dig up the seeds daily to check on their progress or try to force the flowers to bloom prematurely. Instead, we have faith in the process. Surrendering means releasing attachment to specific outcomes. It's important to have clear goals, but when we focus too rigidly on how we want things to unfold, we risk missing out on unexpected opportunities and blessings. Sometimes, the universe has grander plans for us than we can imagine, but we must be open and willing to receive them. Imagine you're on a road trip with a destination in mind. If you adhere too strictly to your planned route, you might miss out on breathtaking detours, scenic views, or unplanned adventures that enrich the journey. Similarly, in life, while it's essential to have goals, we must remain flexible and open to the twists and turns along the way. Ultimately, surrender is about trust, trusting ourselves, trusting the process, and trusting the universe to deliver what's best for us, even if it doesn't look exactly as we envisioned. The more we practice surrender, the more we'll realize that life is not something to be controlled or fought against, but something to be experienced and embraced. In life, there's a concept that we often neglect, especially in our pursuit of success and control: surrender. In a society where strength is typically associated with control and relentless effort, the idea of surrender can feel counterintuitive. Yet, it is precisely in learning to let go that we can experience true harmony and fulfillment. By embracing surrender, we allow our desires to manifest in ways that may exceed our expectations. This is not about giving up or resigning to fate. It is about trusting the process and having faith in life's natural flow. Imagine you are on a road trip, and you've meticulously planned every step of your journey. You know the destination and the exact route you want to take. However, if you stick too rigidly to this path, you might miss out on the unexpected joys, beautiful detours, scenic views, or charming towns that you didn't know existed. When we ease our grip on the specific outcomes or routes, we allow space for surprises and opportunities we could never have planned for. This isn't an excuse to stop taking action or being responsible. Surrender doesn't equate to inactivity or indifference. Rather, it's about finding a delicate balance between taking action towards our goals and allowing things to unfold naturally. We set our intentions, take aligned actions, and then let go of the outcomes, trusting that the universe will bring forth what is best for us. Surrender can be difficult, especially in a world that celebrates control as a symbol of power and success. It requires a fundamental shift in how we view life, and a deep trust in the benevolent nature of the universe. However, as we cultivate this trust, we begin to experience an inner peace and sense of harmony. A simple but effective way to practice surrender is through meditation. In this practice, we let go of our attachments, worries, and fears, and offer them to the universe. Picture yourself standing in a flowing river, allowing your worries to drift away with the current. With each breath, you release more tension, feeling lighter and more aligned with the rhythm of life. A useful technique during this practice is to ask yourself, "Can I let this go?" whenever you find yourself clinging to an outcome or resisting a situation. This question prompts awareness, giving you the choice to release your attachment and remain open to new possibilities. As you begin to explore surrender, it's important to be gentle with yourself. Surrender is not something you master overnight, it's a lifelong practice. Some days, it may feel easy to let go and flow with life. Other days, you may find yourself gripping onto control more tightly. This back and forth is part of the learning process. Remember, surrendering doesn't mean abandoning your dreams. Instead, it's about releasing the struggle and allowing your desires to manifest in ways that may surprise and delight you. Surrender helps us reconnect with the natural flow of the universe. By relinquishing our need for control, we open ourselves up to the vast intelligence that governs all life. We begin to move in harmony with the universe, rather than battling against it. Take a deep breath, relax your hands, and let go of any expectations about how things should be. Trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should, and be open to the magic that happens when you allow yourself to go with the flow. Surrender creates space for your most cherished dreams to grow and thrive in ways you may never have imagined. This brings us to an essential understanding: surrender is powerful. Often, in our pursuit of success, we hold on to our goals so tightly that we leave no room for spontaneity or serendipity. Ironically, it is when we loosen our grip that we make space for our deepest desires to materialize. Consider surrender as a form of trust, a belief in the kindness and wisdom of the universe. It acknowledges that life naturally supports our growth and happiness. Building this trust can be difficult, especially when we've faced setbacks or felt like we've failed. However, these tough experiences often offer the greatest lessons in surrender. Take Emily, for example, an artist with a dream of having her work exhibited in a prestigious gallery. For years, she poured her energy into submitting portfolios, attending networking events, and pushing tirelessly to make her dream a reality. Yet, despite her best efforts, success remained out of reach. Tired and discouraged, Emily decided to stop chasing recognition. She returned to painting for the sheer joy of it, without any attachment to the outcome. In this state of surrender, her breakthrough finally arrived. A chance meeting led to a gallery owner discovering her work, and he was captivated by the raw emotion and authenticity in her pieces. Her exhibition became a massive success, surpassing her initial hopes. Emily's story illustrates a key truth about surrender: when we stop fixating on a specific result, we open ourselves to possibilities that could be even better than we imagined. This doesn't mean giving up on our goals or ceasing to work towards our dreams. It's about balancing focused intention with surrender, combining action with openness to what the universe brings. Surrendering creates an energy of peaceful acceptance, which is not only more enjoyable but also more magnetic. The universe responds to this energy, and opportunities flow toward us more easily when we let go of desperation and control. Surrender is not about letting go of our dreams, but about releasing our attachment to how and when they will manifest. We often have a specific vision of what we want, but the universe may have something even grander in store for us. When we release our rigid expectations, we invite new blessings and opportunities that align with our growth and joy. A powerful way to practice surrender is through visualization. Imagine yourself standing by a flowing river, holding your wishes, worries, and attachments in your hands. place these items gently onto leaves and watch as they float away with the current. As they drift, trust that they will reach their destination in the perfect way. This exercise helps you experience the ease and freedom that come with releasing control. Another helpful practice is regularly asking yourself, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? This question can reveal where you're clinging to outdated beliefs, resentments, or expectations that hinder your progress. By choosing to let go of these, you create space for new opportunities to enter your life. As you deepen your practice of surrender, you may notice that it extends beyond personal desires. It becomes a broader acceptance of life itself. You begin to trust not only in achieving specific outcomes, but also in the universe's wisdom to guide you toward what is best for your soul's journey. This profound trust brings a sense of ease as you move through life, knowing that you are supported by forces greater than yourself. Surrender, in its essence, is a hidden strength. When we release our tight grip on what we think we want, we often find that our desires come to us with greater ease than we ever expected. It's a beautiful reminder that in the process of manifestation, we are co-creators with the universe. We must define our goals, take meaningful action, and then step back to allow life to reveal its wonders. Resistance, frustration, and doubt are feelings we all experience on our journey towards achieving our goals and manifesting our dreams. These emotions are a natural part of life, though they can often feel like significant roadblocks, keeping us from moving forward. To embrace the concept of surrender, we must first understand the nature of our resistance. It manifests in different ways for different people, and recognizing it is the first step in overcoming it. Resistance can show up as fear, self-doubt, procrastination, or even logical-sounding reasons that convince us not to pursue our dreams. It's the voice that whispers, "You're not good enough," or "It's too risky." Sometimes, resistance can take the form of distractions, like the sudden urge to clean the house when you should be working on your passion project. It can also appear in staying stuck in a job that no longer serves you because the fear of uncertainty feels overwhelming. Developing self-awareness is key to recognizing resistance. Start by paying attention to your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, particularly when you are working towards something important to you. Are you frequently finding reasons not to do something? Do you feel anxious or uncomfortable when thinking about your goals? These are telltale signs of resistance. Consider Adam, a talented writer who had always dreamed of publishing a novel. Every time he sat down to write, he was overcome with anxiety, filled with fears of being criticized, rejected, or failing. His resistance came in the form of self-doubt, which led him to procrastinate and find distractions. This fear of judgment and failure was preventing him from moving forward with his dream. Resistance often masquerades as logical thinking. You might convince yourself that the market is too crowded or that you lack the necessary qualifications. While it's important to be realistic, these thoughts usually stem from fear rather than genuine concern. The challenge lies in distinguishing between useful caution and the fear that holds you back. One of the most common forms of resistance is self-sabotage. This might look like setting impossibly high expectations for yourself, passing up opportunities, or engaging in behaviors that hinder your progress. It feels as though a part of you is working against what you truly want, making the path to success more difficult than it needs to be. Self-sabotage is often rooted in deep-seated beliefs about your worthiness or capability. Alan Watts, a well-known philosopher, once said, "The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance." This idea resonates with the process of overcoming resistance. Rather than fighting against it, we can acknowledge its presence and see it as a sign that we're on the right path. Resistance tends to be strongest just before we experience significant growth or change. Imagine standing at the edge of a cold pool on a hot day. You hesitate, coming up with excuses not to jump in. "It's too cold. I don't have time to swim," or "I'll get my hair wet." But once you finally dive in, all those reasons disappear, and you're left enjoying the refreshing water. Similarly, our dreams often require a leap of faith. Recognizing resistance and responding with compassion instead of judgment helps us move forward. Resistance isn't a flaw or a sign of weakness, it's a natural reaction to change and uncertainty. When we approach it with kindness, we give ourselves the space to understand where it comes from and find ways to move beyond it. One effective way to work through resistance is by having a conversation with it. It may seem strange at first, but writing a letter from your resistance can be incredibly illuminating. Let your resistance express its fears and worries, and then respond to it with empathy and reassurance. Often, resistance stems from a desire to protect ourselves. Our subconscious mind is wired to shield us from potential risks and discomfort, which can make growth feel scary or unsafe. By recognizing this protective instinct, we can approach resistance with understanding, knowing that growth, even when it's challenging, is safe and ultimately beneficial for us. The law of attraction teaches us that we attract what we focus on. When we're stuck in resistance, we often end up fixating on what we don't want, which only draws more of that into our lives. Shifting our focus to what we do want, and the positive feelings associated with it, can help dissolve resistance and bring us back in alignment with our desires. Make it a daily habit to visualize your goals and dreams. As you do, notice any resistance that arises. Instead of ignoring it, gently acknowledge it and continue with your visualization. Over time, you may find that the resistance lessens as you consistently focus on your positive vision. Breaking down your goals into smaller, manageable steps is another way to overcome resistance. Large, distant goals can feel intimidating, triggering resistance. By focusing on one small step at a time, you reduce the chances of feeling overwhelmed and can move forward more easily. It's important to understand that experiencing resistance doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. In fact, it often signifies that you're growing and pushing beyond your comfort zone. Accept resistance for what it is, learn from it, and allow it to guide you to a deeper understanding of yourself and your aspirations. Trust in your ability to overcome challenges, and remember that with each obstacle you conquer, you get closer to achieving your dreams. Surrendering to the process may be difficult, but the rewards are immeasurable. Embrace the journey and watch as the world opens up to you, filled with opportunities and the potential for your greatest wishes to come true. Trust is the cornerstone of surrender. It forms the foundation that allows us to let go and let the universe take over. Developing trust takes time and consistent practice. It's like a delicate flower that requires nurturing and patience to grow and flourish. Think about the last time you felt truly at ease, without any worries or doubts. It might have been during a peaceful moment at sunset or while receiving a comforting hug from someone you love. In those moments, you experienced what it means to trust completely. Trust connects us to the vast wisdom of the universe, reminding us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. To cultivate trust in the universe's plan, we need to examine our relationship with control. Many people believe that having control keeps them safe, and by meticulously planning every aspect of their lives, they can avoid pain and achieve success. However, this illusion of control often leads to more stress and disappointment when things don't go as planned. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, looking out over a foggy valley. You can't see the path ahead clearly, but you must trust that the way forward will reveal itself. Trusting the universe is like stepping into the unknown with confidence, knowing that you are supported by forces beyond your comprehension. In the end, resistance and surrender are two sides of the same coin. By acknowledging our resistance and learning to let go, we open ourselves to the magic of surrender. This process allows us to align with the universe's wisdom, creating space for our dreams to unfold in ways that surpass our expectations. In life, you often face a choice when confronted with uncertainty or the unknown. Imagine you're standing at a crossroads, enveloped in fog. You can either remain still, clinging to the familiar out of fear, or you can take a step forward, trusting that things will unfold as they should. Building trust is about consistently choosing the latter, embracing the unknown, and believing that the universe has your best interests at heart. One effective way to cultivate trust is by reflecting on your past experiences. Think of a time when something that seemed negative or uncertain ended up working out for the better. Perhaps losing a job led to finding a more fulfilling career, or a painful breakup made way for a deeper, more meaningful relationship. These moments serve as reminders that the universe often has plans far greater than what we can envision. Trust means accepting uncertainty as part of the journey and letting go of the need to have everything figured out. True trust doesn't come from holding on to illusions of control, but rather from releasing them. Many people fabricate elaborate stories or scenarios about what might happen in the future in an attempt to feel secure. But real trust requires surrendering these mental constructs and welcoming the unknown with an open heart and mind. Consider the act of walking as a form of trust. With each step you take, you rely on the ground beneath you to support your weight. You trust that your next breath will come effortlessly, and that your body will move naturally without needing to overthink every motion. Just as your body knows how to walk, the universe is constantly guiding you toward what is best for you. Challenges and setbacks are often misunderstood as signs to change direction or give up. However, when you change your perspective, obstacles can be seen as opportunities for growth. Every difficulty is a chance to build your trust and to surrender more deeply to the universe's wisdom. One helpful affirmation to keep in mind when faced with uncertainty is, "I am exactly where I need to be." Repeating this mantra can ground you in the present moment and remind you that everything is unfolding as it should. Another practical way to build trust is by keeping a synchronicity journal. Each day, write down any meaningful coincidences, unexpected blessings, or fortunate events you experience. Over time, you'll begin to notice patterns, which will strengthen your belief in the universe's intricate design. You'll come to see how everything is connected, even in ways you might not immediately understand. As you deepen your trust, you may find yourself naturally drawn to activities that nurture your connection with the universe. Practices like meditation, prayer, or spending time in nature can help align your individual consciousness with the greater wisdom of the universe. By dedicating time to these practices, you will reinforce your trust and ability to surrender. Having faith in the universe's plan doesn't mean ignoring life's difficulties or adopting a naive optimism. Instead, it involves cultivating a deep understanding that there is a higher intelligence at work, one that genuinely cares for your well-being. This trust will help you navigate life's challenges with grace, knowing that better days are ahead. Patience is key when building trust. Like any skill, it takes time to develop. Celebrate the small moments when you choose belief over fear, trust over control. Each instance brings you closer to a life filled with peace and harmony, aligned with the universe's grand plan. At its core, building trust is about recognizing that we are not separate from the universe, we are an integral part of it. When we believe in a greater plan, we tap into the infinite wisdom and love that surrounds us. We work in tandem with the universe, flowing with life instead of struggling against it. Understanding the practice of allowing is crucial to manifesting our desires. Life requires a balance between action and rest, between effort and surrender. Allowing means creating space and being open to the possibilities the universe offers. It is about moving away from narrow, rigid thinking and embracing the vast wisdom all around us. Allowing doesn't imply passivity or doing nothing. Rather, it encourages a shift in mindset, moving from trying to control every detail to collaborating with the universe in a more open and creative way. In this space of openness, our dreams can take root and grow naturally. Think of nature. A seed doesn't push through the soil by force. Instead, it responds to its environment, the warmth of the sun, the nourishment of rain, and the richness of the earth. In time, it stretches toward the light, guided by a natural intelligence that we can't fully comprehend. This is the essence of allowing, letting things unfold in their own time, trusting the process. Many of us fall into the trap of thinking that more effort equals better results. We try to manage every aspect of our lives, believing that control is the key to success. However, this approach often leads to resistance, both internally and externally. We become like clenched fists, unable to receive the very things we desire. Allowing, by contrast, is like opening your hands to the sky, ready to accept whatever comes. Letting go of control and trusting in the universe's timing is where true magic happens. Recall a time when something wonderful entered your life unexpectedly. Perhaps it was a chance encounter that blossomed into a lifelong friendship or an opportunity that appeared just when you needed it. These experiences often happen when we release our tight grip on expectations and allow ourselves to be open to what the universe has to offer. To practice allowing, cultivate an open and aware mindset. Pay attention to the small details of life, noticing the signs and synchronicities that guide you closer to your desires. Let go of rigid expectations about how things should happen and embrace the journey as it unfolds. One way to foster this state is through mindfulness. By being fully present, you open yourself to inspiration and become more attuned to your intuition, that inner voice of wisdom that often gets drowned out by the noise of everyday life. A critical aspect of allowing is the surrender of judgment. When we label experiences as good or bad, we create resistance and shut ourselves off from the lessons each moment offers. By remaining curious and open, we let life teach us. We become like bamboo, flexible and resilient, bending with the winds of change instead of breaking under pressure. Allowing doesn't mean giving up on your dreams. Rather, it means holding them with gentle hands, trusting that they will manifest in their own time. Act on inspiration when it arises, but don't cling too tightly to specific outcomes. The balance of desire and surrender is where manifestation thrives. Think of planting a garden. You select the seeds and prepare the soil, but you can't control exactly how or when the plants will grow. You must trust that with care and time, they will bloom. The same applies to your desires. Plant the seeds of your dreams, tend to them with love and patience, and trust that the universe will bring them to fruition in its perfect time. Imagine you're a gardener preparing to plant seeds. These seeds symbolize your dreams, hopes, and desires. You prepare the soil, sow the seeds, water them, and make sure they receive the right nutrients. But after that, what do? You don't dig them up each day to check on their progress. Instead, you trust in the process, allowing the flowers to bloom in their own time. You believe in nature's course and wait patiently, open to the beauty that will unfold when the time is right. In today's fast-paced world, where everything revolves around instant results and a constant state of busyness, the idea of allowing might seem foreign. Many of us fear that if we're not constantly pushing and striving, we'll miss out or fall behind. Ironically, it's often in the moments of calm surrender that our best opportunities and inspirations come to us. Practicing the art of allowing helps us build patience and trust in a universe much grander than our limited human minds can comprehend. When we get too focused on the minute details of life, it can feel chaotic, like looking at a tangled mess of threads up close. However, when we take a step back, we begin to see the bigger picture. Just as the individual threads of a tapestry are woven into a stunning design, so too are the events of our lives coming together in ways we may not yet understand. The practice of allowing encourages us to release our grip on the need to struggle or control everything. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that anything worth having requires tremendous effort and hardship. While perseverance and hard work are important, allowing shows us that sometimes flowing with life leads to even better outcomes. When we stop fighting against the current, we often find that doors open effortlessly, and the right opportunities appear at exactly the right time. To fully embrace the art of allowing, we must surrender our preconceived ideas about how things should happen. This can be challenging, especially when we think we know exactly what we want. But when we remain open to new possibilities, we may find that the results far exceed our expectations. Imagine preparing for a trip to an unfamiliar place. Having a map and a general sense of direction is helpful, but if you follow the plan too rigidly, you might miss out on some unexpected gems along the way, a breathtaking viewpoint just off the main road or a charming village not mentioned in your guidebook. Allowing is like embarking on that journey with a spirit of curiosity and adventure, trusting that each twist and turn will bring experiences perfect for your growth and happiness. As you continue on your path of manifestation and personal growth, ask yourself how you can bring more of the art of allowing into your life. Where can you create more space for your dreams to blossom? How can you loosen your attachment to specific outcomes and allow yourself to explore even greater possibilities? By practicing this art, you may find that life becomes more graceful and smooth, with your desires coming to fruition at the perfect moment. Over time, you'll develop a deeper sense of trust in the universe's grand design. Now, let's talk about going with the flow. Life is like a river, always moving towards an expansive ocean of opportunities. Yet, how often do we find ourselves paddling against the current, exhausting our energy in fruitless struggle? Aligning with the flow doesn't mean being passive or merely drifting aimlessly. It's about actively moving in harmony with the natural patterns of the universe, recognizing the subtle forces that lead us toward our best path. Imagine yourself as a leaf floating gently down a stream. The leaf moves with the current, smoothly navigating around rocks and debris, flowing effortlessly over rough patches. This is the essence of going with the flow. It's a way of living where our actions align perfectly with the universe's greater plan for us. But how can we detect this flow in our daily lives? It begins with mindfulness, by paying close attention to the small signs, synchronicities, and seemingly random opportunities that arise. The universe is always guiding us, whether through unexpected encounters, sudden bursts of creativity, or moments of clarity. Stay open and alert to these signs, for they are often the universe's way of nudging you in the right direction. One crucial aspect of going with the flow is letting go of rigid expectations about how things should turn out. Trust that the universe has a plan bigger than what you can envision. This doesn't mean abandoning your goals or dreams. Instead, it means holding them lightly, leaving space for the universe to surprise you with something even better. It's a delicate balance between setting intentions and allowing life to unfold on its own terms. Think of it like sailing. A skilled sailor doesn't fight against the wind, they adjust their sails to harness its power. Sometimes, this means changing course or taking an unexpected detour, but by working with the wind's flow, they reach their destination with ease. Similarly, when we align with the flow of life, we might find ourselves on an unexpected path, but it often leads us to exactly where we need to be. A helpful way to tap into this flow is to start each day with a simple question: how can I serve? This shift in focus, from what you can receive to what you can give, can create a powerful connection with the world around you. It allows you to become a conduit for the universe's energy, and in doing so, you often find that your own needs are met in ways you couldn't have anticipated. Trusting your instincts is another vital component of going with the flow. Your intuition, that inner voice of guidance, is always tuned into the universe. However, the noise of everyday life can make it difficult to hear. Practices like meditation or mindful walking help quiet the mind, allowing you to tune into your inner wisdom. It's like adjusting the dial on a radio to eliminate the static and hear the clear message of universal guidance. When faced with decisions, take a moment to still your mind and pay attention to how your body responds. Does one option make you feel light and expansive, while another feels constricting or heavy? Often, our bodies sense the right path before our minds can fully process it. By tuning into these subtle physical cues, you can make decisions that align with the natural flow of life. Going with the flow also requires embracing the concept of divine timing. Sometimes, we become impatient, wanting things to happen on our schedule. But the universe operates on a much larger timeline than we can comprehend. What feels like a delay or setback may simply be the universe arranging the pieces for your ultimate success. When we practice patience and trust in this timing, we can release the stress that comes from trying to control outcomes, allowing us to be fully present in the moment. This doesn't mean we should sit back and passively watch life happen. Going with the flow is an active process, requiring us to take inspired action. When we're in sync with the flow, these actions often feel effortless and joyful. We lose track of time and become fully immersed in the task at hand. Recall a moment when you were so engaged in an activity that everything else faded away. That's the state of flow. By embracing this way of living, you'll find that life unfolds in surprising, delightful ways, leading you exactly where you need to be, right when you need to be there. Imagine you're in the midst of a project that lights up your creativity, perhaps playing a favorite sport or having a deep conversation with a close friend. In those moments, you weren't forcing anything, you were simply present, letting your natural talents and energy shine through effortlessly. This is what it feels like to be in harmony with the flow of life and the universe. Learning to go with the flow teaches us that success isn't just about external achievements or material possessions. Rather, it becomes about the richness of our experiences and the authenticity of being true to ourselves. When we align with this flow, we trust that we'll be led to opportunities that benefit not only us but those around us too. Going with the flow means embracing the different seasons of life, much like nature's cycles of growth, rest, and renewal. Life, like nature, is dynamic. There are times of high activity and creativity and others for stillness and reflection. By understanding and respecting these natural rhythms, we align ourselves with them, avoiding unnecessary struggle and resistance. During periods of growth, we experience bursts of productivity and creativity. In quieter times, it may seem like nothing is happening, but important inner work is being done to prepare us for the next phase of our journey. When we practice aligning with this flow, we begin to notice how our perception of reality shifts. We start to see how everything is interconnected, understanding that each event and interaction plays a role in a bigger, more intricate design. This awareness allows us to remain calm, confident, and centered in the unfolding of our lives. As you reflect on your own life and path of personal growth, consider the question, am I moving with the flow of life, or am I struggling against it? When we stop fighting and begin allowing, we create space for our dreams to unfold more smoothly. It's not about giving up on what we want, it's about staying flexible and open, trusting that life will guide us toward our best selves. Surrendering expectations is another crucial part of this process. Expectations are like invisible threads, weaving together our hopes, desires, and assumptions about how things should go. While these threads can be beautiful, they can also become tangled, making it difficult to stay in the present moment and see the full range of possibilities available to us. The art of surrender lies in balancing our dreams with the flexibility to let go of how we think they should unfold. Think about a time when you held a strong expectation, whether it was a vision for a relationship, a career plan, or simply an idea of how your day would play out. How often did reality match those expectations exactly? More often than not, life presents us with surprises, twists, and turns we didn't foresee. This is where surrender becomes essential. Letting go of rigid expectations allows us to explore options beyond what we initially imagined, opening the door to new, unexpected opportunities. Imagine planning a trip to a faraway place. You've researched thoroughly, packed carefully, and have a clear itinerary. But what if, along the way, you encounter detours, meet interesting people, or discover hidden gems that aren't in any guidebook? By surrendering the need for everything to go exactly as planned, you can enjoy the journey more fully, embracing each moment as it unfolds. The same principle applies to life. When we cling too tightly to our expectations, we may miss out on the wonderful opportunities that lie just beyond our initial plans. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The harder you squeeze, the more it slips away. But when you open your hands and allow the water to flow freely, you can hold much more. Similarly, we shouldn't give up on our dreams or goals, but we should hold them lightly, with an open heart and relaxed hands. Trust that the universe may have a plan far greater than you can imagine. Consider the story of the Chinese farmer whose horse ran away. His neighbors exclaimed, "What bad luck," but the farmer calmly replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with a wild companion. "What a lucky break," the neighbors said. Again, the farmer replied, "Maybe." Later, the farmer's son broke his leg while trying to ride the wild horse. The neighbors expressed their pity, but the farmer remained unperturbed, saying only, "Maybe." A week later, army officials came to draft young men into the military, but the farmer's son was spared due to his injury. This story illustrates how surrendering our expectations brings us freedom. By releasing our need for things to turn out a certain way, we free ourselves from the emotional highs and lows of perceived success and failure. We make space for acceptance, which helps us navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with grace and resilience. How do we begin to let go of expectations? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself about how things should be. Notice when you start feeling frustrated or disappointed because reality isn't aligning with your mental picture. These are moments when you can consciously choose to let go. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that your vision is just one of many possibilities. Cultivate a sense of curiosity about what might unfold next. Consider that the unexpected twist could be leading you to something even greater than you ever anticipated. Rather than focusing on a specific outcome, concentrate on the essence of what you want. Instead of fixating on a particular job or relationship, focus on the feelings of fulfillment, growth, and connection you desire. When you tap into these core desires, you make yourself open to opportunities that may arrive in unexpected ways. Gratitude is another powerful tool for letting go of rigid expectations. When we focus on appreciating what we already have, rather than longing for what we don't, we shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. This doesn't mean you stop striving for growth or change. It's about finding joy and lessons in your current circumstances while remaining open to what's next. As you practice surrendering expectations, you may notice a profound shift in how you relate to life. Rather than pushing and pulling to make things happen, you'll start moving with the current, working in harmony with the universe. This approach requires trust in yourself, in the inherent goodness of life, and in the unpredictable journey of existence. Surrendering expectations doesn't mean you're passive or inactive. Quite the opposite. It invites you to take inspired action, rooted in intuition and openness to the bigger picture. By letting go of control, you allow yourself to move more freely, working in tandem with life's natural flow. Ultimately, learning to surrender and go with the flow transforms not only your relationship with yourself but also with the world around you. Life becomes less about rigid outcomes and more about the beauty of the unfolding journey. You become more adaptable, more trusting, and more capable of seeing the gifts and opportunities in every situation, even those that initially seem like setbacks. By flowing with life, you allow its fullest potential to express itself through you, leading to a richer, more fulfilling existence. In life, we often find ourselves walking a fine line between taking action and allowing things to unfold naturally. It's not about passivity or inactivity, but rather about finding a balance between making plans and letting life flow as it may. When we act on inspiration without being overly attached to outcomes, we plant seeds of intention and let nature take care of the rest. This approach often leads to unexpected blessings, new connections, and solutions we might not have imagined. When we surrender to the natural rhythm of life, it feels as though the universe is working with us, guiding us toward the best possible outcome. One helpful way to practice surrender is by keeping a journal. Each day, write down one expectation you're ready to release. Notice how it feels to let go and remain open to what might come next. Over time, you'll begin to notice the subtle but significant changes that arise from this practice. Insights and benefits will surface, often in surprising ways. As you continue your journey toward surrender, remember to be kind to yourself. Expectations are part of being human, and it's natural for them to come up. The goal isn't to eliminate them, but to recognize when they're no longer serving you and to gently let them go. Surrendering expectations means welcoming the unknown and embracing the wonder of life. It requires faith in something larger than our limited perspective. Over time, you'll find yourself moving through life with more ease, happiness, and curiosity, like a leaf carried along by a river, ready for whatever comes next. Take a deep breath, open your hands, and let go of your expectations. Trust that what returns to you will be more beautiful and satisfying than you could have imagined. In this act of surrender, you'll discover a sense of freedom and peace that can't be achieved through control or effort. This is the essence of life, a constant process of growth, change, and unfolding. Every twist and turn offers an opportunity for learning, and every moment is a gift to be cherished. Now, let's explore a different aspect of surrender through meditation. Imagine yourself sitting in a tranquil garden, the soft rustling of leaves filling the air. Close your eyes and take a deep breath, centering yourself in the present moment. Feel your body's connection to the earth beneath you, anchoring you in the here and now. As you inhale, invite a sense of peace. As you exhale, release any tension or stress you may be carrying. Meditation, like surrender, isn't about forcing yourself to relax or emptying your mind completely. Instead, it's a practice of awareness, observing your thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment or attachment. You allow things to be as they are without trying to change or control them. As you sit in this quiet space, you may notice thoughts arise. Perhaps worries about the future, regrets about the past, or thoughts about your to-do list for the day. Instead of resisting these thoughts or becoming entangled in them, simply acknowledge them. Visualize them as clouds drifting across the expansive sky of your mind. You are not your thoughts, you are the one who notices them. Bring your attention to any areas of tension in your body. Maybe you feel tightness in your shoulders, a knot in your stomach, or a clenching in your jaw. As you breathe into these areas, imagine each exhale as an opportunity to release the tension. In this moment, you are surrendering the need to hold on tightly, to manage everything, to keep yourself safe. With every breath, you create more space for peace, joy, and the wonder of life to move through you. As you continue to breathe and surrender, you may find yourself entering a state of deep relaxation. In this state, you don't need to do anything, be anyone, or achieve anything. You are enough, just as you are. This realization brings a profound sense of freedom, the freedom that comes from releasing the pressure of expectations and relinquishing the urge to control every outcome. Now, consider something in your life that has been causing you frustration or that you've been trying to control. It could be a relationship, a work situation, or a personal goal. As you reflect on this situation, notice any emotions or sensations that arise in your body. Don't try to fix or change anything, just observe. Imagine yourself holding this situation gently, as if it were a delicate butterfly. Feel the weight of it in your hands, the responsibility, the desire for it to unfold in a particular way. Slowly, begin to open your hands, allowing this situation to be released. In your mind, surrender it to a higher power, whether that be the universe, God, or any force beyond yourself. Experience the relief that comes with letting go of the need to control what happens next. Trust that whatever unfolds will be for your highest good, even if you can't see it in the moment. As you release this situation, pay attention to how you feel. It's normal to experience a mix of emotions, perhaps fear or uncertainty at first, but beneath that, there's often a deeper sense of calm and trust. Surrendering is a powerful act, and it's remarkable how often we find that by letting go, we receive exactly what we need. Keep breathing deeply, allowing yourself to sink further into this feeling of surrender. With each breath, you become more attuned to the rhythm of life, opening yourself up to the guidance, inspiration, and synchronicities that can lead you toward your best path. In this state of surrender, you might notice that ideas or solutions come to you naturally. A challenge may suddenly seem more manageable, or a creative insight might emerge effortlessly. These are the gifts that often arise when we make space for them by surrendering our need for control. As you sit in this place of relaxation and surrender, visualize yourself floating in a vast ocean. Feel the water supporting you, carrying you effortlessly. Surrender means trusting that the universe is always holding you, even when things seem uncertain or out of your control. It's about feeling secure and guided, even in the face of the unknown. Slowly, begin to bring your awareness back to your body and your surroundings. Notice how your body feels, the weight of it against the ground, the steady rhythm of your breath. As you open your eyes, carry with you the sense of surrender, trust, and alignment with the flow of life. Surrender meditation is not a one-time practice but a lifelong journey. Each time we practice, we strengthen our ability to let go in our daily lives. We learn to trust our intuition more deeply and to flow with the unfolding of our journey. Throughout your day, look for small opportunities to practice surrender, whether it's letting go of the need to be right in a conversation or releasing your attachment to how a project should turn out. Notice how these small acts of surrender make your life feel lighter, smoother, and more effortless. Remember, surrender doesn't mean giving up. It's about connecting with a deeper wisdom and moving through life with ease, grace, and trust. Life is often a complex dance between action and surrender. We live in a society that emphasizes control, planning, and execution. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that success comes from hard work, careful planning, and determination. While these traits are valuable, there's another layer to life that involves embracing uncertainty and allowing things to unfold naturally. The essence of surrender is about letting go of rigid expectations and trusting in the flow of life. When we try to control every aspect of our lives, we miss out on the beauty of the unknown. We become so focused on solving problems and reaching goals that we overlook the magic of the present moment. Life isn't a series of obstacles to overcome but a mystery to experience. When we begin to loosen our grip on control, we open ourselves to the surprises and opportunities that the universe has in store for us. Surrender isn't about giving up or being passive, it's about working in harmony with the natural flow of life. Imagine a tight fist representing the way we typically approach control. We hold on tightly to our plans and expectations, believing that if we just grip hard enough, we can bend the world to our will. But what happens when we slowly open our hand? We create space. In that space, we discover the power of surrender, the ability to trust the process and allow life to unfold in ways we might never have anticipated. Changing how we think about control doesn't mean we abandon our dreams or let life happen to us. It's about shifting from a mindset of domination to one of co-creation. We're not separate from the universe, we are an integral part of it. This shift in perspective allows us to work in collaboration with the forces around us, much like an experienced sailor navigating the seas. A novice sailor might try to steer directly toward their goal, fighting against the wind and waves. But a seasoned sailor knows how to adjust their sails, using the natural elements to guide them toward their destination. To begin shifting our relationship with control, we need to examine our underlying beliefs about power and security. Many of us equate control with safety. We fear that if we let go, everything will fall apart. But what if the opposite were true? What if our tight grip is actually preventing us from reaching our full potential? Consider the story of the butterfly emerging from its cocoon. A man, eager to help the butterfly, gently opened the cocoon, allowing the butterfly to emerge easily. However, the butterfly's wings were weak and undeveloped because it hadn't gone through the struggle necessary to strengthen them. By trying to control the process, the man inadvertently hindered the butterfly's growth. This story illustrates the idea that challenges and obstacles are often necessary for our development. When we surrender our need for control, we begin to trust that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't fully understand it at the time. Surrendering doesn't mean we stop striving for our goals. It means we release our attachment to how things should unfold. It's about focusing on the journey rather than the destination. One way to practice surrender is to notice the areas of your life where you feel the need to tightly control outcomes. Pay attention to the physical sensations that arise, the tension in your body, the racing thoughts, the anxiety when things don't go as planned. These are signals that you're operating from a place of fear rather than trust. Start by letting go in small ways. Allow someone else to choose the restaurant for dinner or take a deep breath before responding to a challenging email. These small acts of surrender help build your trust in the natural flow of life. Another powerful tool for changing our relationship with control is shifting our focus from outcomes to intentions. Instead of obsessing over specific results, set clear intentions about how you want to feel and who you want to become. For example, rather than fixating on landing a particular job, focus on finding work that aligns with your values and allows you to use your unique skills. Then, take action toward that intention, trusting that the right opportunities will present themselves in unexpected ways. As you begin to embrace surrender, you may encounter resistance from your ego, the part of you that is used to being in control. Your ego may perceive surrender as weakness or a loss of power. But surrendering control isn't about giving up power. It's about accessing a deeper source of strength. Try viewing your ego as a separate entity, one that you can have a conversation with. Acknowledge its fears and concerns, but gently remind it that you're not abandoning control entirely. You're simply shifting to a more balanced way of navigating life. Reframing control doesn't mean we stop taking action. Planning, working hard, and pursuing our goals are still essential. But instead of approaching these tasks with a sense of pressure and struggle, we can engage with them from a place of harmony and ease. It's about knowing when to steer the ship and when to adjust the sails. As you practice this new way of thinking about control, pay attention to how your actions feel. Are they coming from a place of trust and inspiration, or from fear and desperation? Are you moving with the flow of life, or constantly fighting against it? By tuning into these subtle signals, you can refine your ability to co-create with the universe. This process of changing our relationship with control is ongoing. It's not something we do once and then forget about. There will be times when you fall back into old patterns of trying to manipulate outcomes. When this happens, simply bring yourself back to a state of surrender. Trust that everything is unfolding as it should, even when it doesn't go according to your plan. As you continue on this journey, you may find that your entire relationship with life begins to shift. Instead of viewing the world as something to conquer or control, you start to see it as a partner in your growth and evolution. Life becomes less about achieving specific outcomes and more about experiencing the beauty of the present moment. Surrendering to the flow of life is not about passivity. It's about cultivating a deep sense of trust in the unfolding of your path. It's about recognizing that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. When you release your need for control, you make space for magic to happen. You allow the universe to work its wonders, bringing opportunities, people, and experiences into your life that are far beyond what you could have imagined. So, take a deep breath, relax your grip, and trust in the process. Life is a mystery to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. As you let go of your need for control, you open yourself up to a world of infinite possibilities. The universe is always working with you, guiding you toward your highest potential. All you have to do is let go and trust in the journey. One of the greatest sources of calm and contentment in life comes from the way we see and interpret things. A shift in perspective can lead to profound feelings of peace, even when life throws challenges our way. This often involves accepting uncertainty, which is an intrinsic part of life. Every moment, decision, and experience carries with it a level of unpredictability. Yet, we frequently resist this fact, seeking certainty and stability in a world that is ever-changing. What if, instead of pushing against the unknown, we learn to embrace it? What if we could find calm in uncertainty and use its potential to bring our dreams to life? The journey toward embracing uncertainty begins with the acknowledgement that we can never fully know what the future holds. No matter how carefully we plan, some things will always be beyond our control. This realization can be unsettling at first, as it challenges our instinctual desire for safety and stability. We tend to cling to routines, seeking patterns and predictability to create a sense of security. However, it is within the flux of life, within the spaces where uncertainty thrives, that the real magic of creation occurs. Think back to a time when you felt truly alive. Perhaps it was when you embarked on a new adventure, started a fresh relationship, or took a leap of faith in your career. In those moments, the outcome was unclear, and you likely experienced a mix of excitement and fear. That blend of emotions is the fertile ground where dreams take root. Far from being a threat, uncertainty plays an essential role in the process of creation. By letting go of what we know, we allow ourselves to explore a world of infinite possibilities. We move beyond the boundaries of our imagination and give the universe the freedom to surprise us with results that far exceed our expectations. Embracing uncertainty doesn't mean abandoning our plans or goals. It means remaining flexible and open to the changes that life inevitably brings. Picture uncertainty as a vast ocean. When we resist it, we exhaust ourselves, fighting against the current. But when we let go and learn to float, we find peace. We come to understand that the ocean of uncertainty can actually support us if we let it. This doesn't imply that we become passive or indifferent, rather, it teaches us to move with wisdom and intuition, responding to life's shifts with grace and adaptability. This trust in uncertainty isn't blind faith, it's a deep understanding built through experience. As we begin to accept the unknown, we start to recognize the interconnectedness of events and the unexpected opportunities that arise. We begin to see how things come together in ways we could never have anticipated. This process of embracing uncertainty allows us to discover hidden strengths within ourselves, strengths that only emerge when we step beyond the familiar. In confronting the unknown, we also confront our fears and limiting beliefs. We learn to discern between the voice of the ego, which craves certainty and control, and the voice of our higher self, which knows that true fulfillment comes from growth and expansion. This increased self-awareness aids us in the process of manifesting our desires. As we align our thoughts, feelings, and actions with our true intentions, we begin to notice a shift in our energy. Instead of feeling anxious in the face of uncertainty, we become excited. Instead of resisting, we grow curious. This energetic shift not only transforms our internal state but also affects how we interact with the world around us. According to the law of attraction, we draw experiences to us that match our energy. When we accept uncertainty with a positive and open attitude, we attract circumstances that reflect this openness. We become magnets for opportunities, resources, and people that help us grow and achieve our goals. It's important to note that accepting uncertainty doesn't mean we throw caution to the wind. It's about finding a balance between careful planning and trusting in the process. We can still set goals, create plans, and take deliberate actions toward our dreams. The key difference lies in how tightly we cling to specific outcomes and how open we are to adjusting when life surprises us. One practical way to build resilience in the face of uncertainty is to regularly step outside of your comfort zone. This might mean trying something new, meeting unfamiliar people, or pushing yourself in ways that challenge your sense of security. Each time you do this, you build your ability to handle uncertainty with greater confidence and ease. Another helpful practice is cultivating a sense of wonder and curiosity about life. Instead of viewing uncertainty as a problem to be solved, approach it with the curiosity of a child. Ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me? What opportunities might be hidden within this challenge? This shift in mindset can turn even the most daunting uncertainties into exciting opportunities for discovery. Meditation and mindfulness are also powerful tools for accepting uncertainty. By learning to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we cultivate the ability to remain calm and centered, even when circumstances are difficult. Through mindfulness, we learn to distinguish between fear and intuition, which enables us to make clearer, wiser decisions. Ultimately, embracing uncertainty is about more than just bringing our desires to life. It's about fully experiencing life in all its richness, connecting with others, and appreciating the surprises that come our way. Trusting in your journey means having faith that every step you take, whether expected or surprising, is part of a larger picture. As you build trust in yourself in the process, life begins to reveal its wonders in ways you never could have imagined. This openness leads to the fulfillment of your greatest dreams and desires. One of the most fascinating and paradoxical aspects of life is the concept of surrender. It challenges our traditional understanding of how things work, yet it holds a simple truth that can help us realize our deepest desires. The paradox of surrender is that by letting go, we gain more. When we release our need for control, we open ourselves to greater abundance. When we let go of our struggles, we bring our dreams to life. To grasp this paradox, we need to examine our deeply held beliefs about success and achievement. From a young age, we're taught that in order to get what we want, we must work hard, push ourselves, and make things happen. We associate control with power, believing that if we hold on tightly to our goals, we'll be more likely to achieve them. This way of thinking is ingrained in our culture, our education systems, and our personal belief systems. However, when we look at the natural flow of life, we start to see flaws in this belief. Consider the metaphor of a river. The water doesn't struggle to reach the ocean, it simply flows along the path of least resistance. It adapts to the shape of the land, moving around obstacles rather than trying to force its way through them. The river reaches its destination with grace and strength, simply by following the natural flow. What if we approached our goals and desires with the same flexibility? What if, instead of fighting against life, we allowed it to guide us? This doesn't mean we stop taking action or abandon our dreams. It means that, like the river, we learn to move with life's currents rather than against them. We surrender not by giving up, but by trusting that life will carry us to where we need to be. In this way, surrender becomes a powerful tool for achieving our goals and creating a life filled with ease and abundance. The journey of surrendering can often seem paradoxical, yet it holds the key to profound personal growth and fulfillment. At its core, the surrender paradox teaches us that sometimes, the most effective way to move forward is to relinquish our tight grip on control and allow life to unfold as it is meant to. Understanding surrender in this light does not equate to defeat or resignation, rather, it is about remaining engaged and committed to our aspirations while harmonizing with the natural flow of the universe. The act of surrender involves acknowledging that we are part of a larger cosmic system, one that is infinitely more complex than we can comprehend. It requires us to believe that by loosening our hold on what we desire, we make space for the universe to work its magic. This shift in perspective is pivotal because the universe responds to our energy, not just our demands. When we are mired in struggle or desperation, we project feelings of lack and limitation. Conversely, when we embrace faith and let go of our desires, we open ourselves up to receiving the abundance that is inherently ours. The paradox of surrender invites us to redefine our understanding of power. Real power lies not in controlling our circumstances or forcing outcomes, but in flowing with the currents of life. This realization can be particularly challenging for those who equate surrender with weakness. Consider this: what requires more strength, consistently battling against the current or trusting the river to carry you? Surrender is a courageous act, one that frees us from the exhausting burden of trying to manage every aspect of our lives. By learning to dance with uncertainty, we can find joy and contentment in life's surprises. Surrendering does not mean we sit back and passively watch our lives unfold. Instead, we learn to collaborate with the universe in a balanced way. Imagine holding a delicate butterfly in your hands. If you grip it too tightly, you risk harming its fragile wings. But if you open your hands and allow the butterfly the freedom to choose whether to stay or fly away, you create space for a genuine connection. Our dreams and aspirations mirror this butterfly. When we clutch them too tightly, we stifle their potential. By releasing our grip, we invite them to flourish and bring forth wonderful opportunities in our lives. Another important aspect of surrendering is recognizing the value of patience and timing. In our fast-paced world, we often crave instant results. We create timelines for our goals and feel discouraged when things don't go as planned. However, the universe has its own schedule, which takes into account factors beyond our comprehension. By letting go of our rigid timelines and trusting in a higher timing, we open ourselves up to possibilities we might not have previously considered. This doesn't imply inactivity or complacency. Rather, it encourages us to discern between actions stemming from fear and lack versus those motivated by trust and abundance. As we deepen our understanding of the surrender paradox, its influence begins to permeate various aspects of our lives. In our relationships, for instance, we can enhance our connections by relinquishing the need to control others. When we allow those we love to be their authentic selves, we create space for deeper understanding and intimacy. In our professional lives, we may find greater fulfillment when we let go of the constant pursuit of external validation and focus instead on the joy of creation. Spiritually, we grow when we abandon preconceived notions and embrace the unknown, welcoming the mystery of existence. The surrender paradox teaches us that true strength does not lie in attempting to manage everything, but rather in going with the natural flow of life. This practice not only creates space for remarkable experiences, but also helps us uncover our authentic selves, intrinsically connected to the vast wisdom and richness of the universe. So take a moment, breathe deeply, and allow the power of surrender to transform your life. The universe is eager to astonish you with its generosity and kindness. The significance of surrender extends beyond personal development. It plays a crucial role in how we engage with our relationships. While the concept of surrender may not always be overtly apparent, its effects are deeply felt as we navigate the spectrum of our connections, from romantic partnerships to familial ties and friendships. Understanding how to let go can foster growth, balance, and improved understanding among those we care about. If you're enjoying this audiobook and finding value in the content, we kindly ask you to take a moment to subscribe to the channel. A large portion of our listeners and viewers haven't subscribed yet, and by doing so, you'll help us grow and continue bringing you more high-quality audiobooks. Your support means a lot to us, and it's just one click away. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to stay connected and never miss out on our latest releases. What does it mean to surrender in our relationships? It often involves releasing the need to control outcomes, shedding expectations, and fully appreciating the time spent with loved ones. Surrendering is about accepting individuals as they are rather than how we think they should be. This acceptance does not imply inactivity or the abandonment of our values. Instead, it fosters a mindset that nurtures genuine connections and encourages personal development. Reflect on the last time you experienced a disagreement with someone you cherish. Perhaps you felt strongly about your position, convinced of your correctness, and wished for the other person to grasp your perspective. What if, in that moment of tension, you decided to let go, not of your beliefs, but of the need to be right? What could shift if you opened yourself to understanding instead of winning? This act of vulnerability can lead to a transformative change in your interactions, breaking down barriers and fostering real understanding. The concept of surrender also aligns beautifully with the principles of manifestation. By relinquishing our expectations, we allow the universe to work in our favor. This openness cultivates possibilities that may surpass our initial imaginings. Surrendering within our relationships allows universal energy to flow, leading to profound changes we never thought possible. However, embracing surrender in relationships can be challenging. It requires courage, openness, and a willingness to confront our deepest fears and insecurities. Our desire for control often stems from past wounds, fears of abandonment, or the belief that we must change ourselves or others to be worthy of love. Recognizing these patterns is the first step toward embracing surrender. To practice surrender in your relationships, begin by observing your reactions and feelings without judgment. Notice when you feel compelled to control or manipulate a situation. When those feelings arise, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and reflect. What am I afraid of? What am I trying to protect? Is it possible to relax and have faith in how this relationship will unfold? Being present in your interactions is a powerful way to embrace surrender. When we focus fully on another person, listening intently without preparing our response, we naturally relinquish our agenda and embrace the present moment. This level of presence fosters acceptance of things as they are, rather than striving to force them into our preconceived notions of how they should be. Active listening serves as an excellent approach to practicing surrender in relationships. By truly hearing someone else, validating their thoughts and feelings without interjecting our own desires, we create an environment ripe for connection and understanding. This practice not only strengthens our relationships but also enhances our capacity for empathy and compassion. In conclusion, the surrender paradox invites us to navigate life with a sense of trust and openness. It encourages us to embrace the unfolding journey, rather than clinging to rigid expectations. In relationships, surrendering our need for control and embracing the present can transform our connections, allowing them to deepen and flourish. As we learn to dance with uncertainty and yield to the flow of life, we discover a profound sense of freedom and fulfillment. Letting go is not a sign of weakness, it is a courageous step toward a richer, more vibrant existence. Embrace the beauty of surrender and watch as your life transforms in extraordinary ways. Surrender, in the context of relationships, offers a profound avenue for growth and connection. When we engage in active listening, setting aside our own preconceived notions and opinions, we create an environment ripe for acceptance and understanding. This practice can transform the way we connect with others, allowing us to see them for who they truly are, free from the weight of our expectations or desires. In romantic relationships, the concept of surrender can lead to significant transformation. Many individuals enter partnerships with a predefined list of expectations about how their partner should behave, what they should provide, and the trajectory the relationship should take. While it's crucial to establish standards and boundaries, being overly rigid can stifle the organic development of love and intimacy. Embracing the journey of partnership, complete with its unpredictable twists, enables a deeper, more authentic connection to blossom. Surrendering does not mean accepting behaviors that clash with our core values or remaining in toxic situations. Rather, it is about relinquishing the need to control every aspect of the relationship and fostering trust in its natural evolution. This means prioritizing love and understanding over the impulse to be right, granting both ourselves and our partners the space to grow and evolve. Family dynamics also benefit from the practice of surrender. Often, we find ourselves entrenched in long-standing roles, whether as the peacekeeper, the rule challenger, or the one who handles all responsibilities. Surrendering in familial contexts might involve releasing these old identities and allowing ourselves, along with our family members, to step beyond established norms. This shift enables a fresh perspective and fosters more genuine connections among family members. Friendships, too, thrive through the act of surrender. Throughout life, friendships undergo changes. Some bonds strengthen while others may loosen over time. Surrendering in friendships means accepting the natural ebb and flow, letting go of rigid ideas about how a friendship should look, and allowing each relationship to develop organically and at its own pace. Importantly, surrendering in relationships also applies to how we engage with ourselves. Often, we can be our harshest critics, struggling to accept our own imperfections and flaws. This inner surrender is crucial for fostering healthy relationships with others. When we embrace ourselves fully, including our mistakes and vulnerabilities, we cultivate the capacity to extend that same acceptance to those around us. As you embark on this journey of surrender in your relationships, remember that it is a continual practice rather than a destination. You may find moments of effortless connection, while at other times, the urge to regain control can be overwhelming. Be gentle with yourself during these periods, recognizing that surrender is a lifelong journey. Start incorporating small acts of surrender into your daily interactions. This might mean allowing someone else to choose where to dine or resisting the urge to offer advice unless explicitly requested. Observe how these minor acts of surrender feel and the shifts they create in the dynamics of your relationships. Such small adjustments can lead to significant changes in the energy you share with others. Our relationships are crucial in the process of manifestation and align closely with the principles of the law of attraction. They mirror our internal state and provide opportunities for personal growth. By practicing surrender in our interactions with others, we align ourselves with the natural flow of energy, creating space for incredible possibilities not just within our relationships, but in all aspects of our lives. Another pivotal aspect of surrender relates to living in the present. Within the intricate process of manifestation, there exists a delicate yet powerful thread connecting surrender and the present moment. As we delve into the principles of the law of attraction and the concept of abundance, we uncover that genuine power lies in fully accepting the here and now, rather than perpetually striving for the future. Imagine a river gracefully flowing toward the sea, effortlessly navigating around obstacles. This is the essence of surrendering to the present, accepting life as it unfolds and aligning with its natural rhythms. Understanding the importance of this surrender in the context of manifestation is vital. The universe operates in the present moment. It does not conform to our human constructs of past and future. Everything we create and every moment we experience transpires in the now. When we fully embrace this moment, we connect with the creative energy of the universe. There exists a paradox in our desires, the tension between yearning for something and the actualization of that desire. Many believe that to realize their wishes, they must intensely focus on the future and what they wish to attract into their lives. However, this fixation can generate feelings of inadequacy in the present, leading to a sense that what we currently possess is insufficient. This mindset communicates a message of scarcity to the universe, reinforcing the belief that we are lacking. In contrast, surrendering to the present fosters feelings of gratitude and contentment with our current circumstances. When we feel whole and complete, we naturally invite greater abundance into our lives. It seems as if the universe responds to our contentment by offering even more to appreciate and enjoy. Mindfulness serves as a powerful tool for cultivating present moment awareness. By immersing ourselves in the present, we begin to appreciate the beauty in every moment. We become attuned to the sensations in our bodies, the thoughts that arise, and the emotions that shape our experiences. This heightened awareness helps us recognize when we slip into patterns of resistance or attachment, which can hinder our ability to manifest our desires. Living mindfully transcends mere technique, it becomes a lifestyle. It involves being fully engaged and curious in all our endeavors. When we eat, we savor the flavors of our food. As we walk, we feel the earth beneath our feet. When conversing with others, we genuinely listen and connect. This level of engagement enhances our enjoyment of life and strengthens our connection to the universe's creative energy. As we practice surrender and embrace the present, we may notice a shift in our perception of time. The frenetic urgency to rush to the next destination or become someone different begins to dissolve. The future we envision is not a distant goal, it resides within this moment. Our aspirations remain, but instead of inducing stress or dissatisfaction, they transform into exciting possibilities that we approach with gentle curiosity. Releasing our need to control outcomes liberates us from the constraints of our expectations, allowing us simply to exist. Life becomes increasingly magical and filled with serendipitous moments as we cease to impose our rigid frameworks on reality. Consider Jonas, a young entrepreneur grappling with the challenges of expanding his business. Despite dedicating countless hours and experimenting with various strategies, success continually eluded him. Frustrated and on the verge of surrendering to defeat, Jonas opted for a different approach. He began practicing mindfulness, dedicating time each day to simply be present with whatever arose in his mind and heart. At first, he struggled to let go of his worries about his business's future. However, as he continued this practice, he began to notice subtle shifts in his mindset. Jonas's newfound awareness opened his eyes to small victories and opportunities he had previously overlooked. He learned to navigate obstacles with grace, allowing the river of his life to flow without force. By surrendering to the present, he felt a sense of ease he had not experienced before, ultimately transforming both his business and personal life. Embracing surrender in relationships in the present moment can yield profound transformations. It creates space for authenticity, fosters connections, and opens the door to unexpected joys. The journey of surrender is not a solitary endeavor. It requires trust in ourselves and the universe. As we embark on this path, we can learn to dance with the uncertainties of life and celebrate the beauty of each moment. Ultimately, surrendering is an invitation to experience life fully, appreciating its richness without clinging to rigid expectations. The more we embrace this practice, the more we can transform not only our relationships but our entire reality. As we learn to let go, we allow the universe to reveal its magic and abundance in our lives. Jonas was on the brink of a breakthrough. Despite his hard work and endless efforts to grow his business, he had found himself at a standstill, frustrated by the lack of progress. Then came a moment of revelation. He decided to stop fighting against the current and embrace the art of surrender. This decision opened the floodgates to a wealth of opportunities and connections that he had previously overlooked. By letting go of rigid expectations and choosing to engage with his clients in a more authentic way, he discovered a depth of meaning in his interactions that he hadn't experienced before. The pressures that had once stifled his creativity began to dissipate, allowing new ideas and innovations to flow naturally. Jonas found that his business began to thrive, not through relentless planning or controlling every aspect, but by simply being present. With this newfound perspective, success came to him almost effortlessly. While he continued to take action and plan for the future, his motivations transformed. Instead of operating from a place of anxiety and urgency, he moved forward with clarity and purpose, rooted firmly in the present moment. His story highlights a crucial truth about manifestation. We do not create by obsessively controlling the future, but rather by fully immersing ourselves in the now. This state of being allows us to tap into our deepest intuition and connect with the endless possibilities that life has to offer. As we practice surrender and focus on the present, our desires often shift. In the absence of chasing after what we think we want, we may find that our greatest wish is not for material success or external validation, but rather for inner peace, genuine love, and the ability to share our unique gifts for a cause larger than ourselves. It's essential not to abandon our dreams or cease setting goals. Instead, we approach these aspirations with gentle curiosity, recognizing that true happiness lies not in the attainment of future goals, but in the richness of our current experiences. By flowing with the rhythm of life, we can uncover experiences and opportunities that benefit not only ourselves, but also those around us. However, surrendering and staying present can be challenging. It's easy to become entangled in thoughts about the past or future, leading to feelings of fear, resistance, or discomfort. During these moments, practicing kindness toward ourselves is crucial. We must learn to treat ourselves with the same compassion we would extend to a dear friend, recognizing that this journey is part of our growth. As we cultivate our ability to be present, we may begin to notice a significant transformation in how we experience life. Colors appear more vibrant, flavors become richer, and our relationships deepen. We begin to recognize the extraordinary in the everyday, discovering beauty in the simplest of moments. This heightened awareness is not just a pleasant side effect, it becomes a powerful force for attraction. When we acknowledge the abundance that already exists in our lives, we prepare ourselves to welcome even more. Surrendering often intertwines with the concept of self-love. These two elements complement and strengthen one another, creating a beautiful synergy. As we engage in the practice of surrender, we discover that at its core lies a profound act of self-love. To surrender means to release control, to manage our expectations, and to accept ourselves wholeheartedly. Self-love is not fleeting happiness derived from achievements or the external affection we sometimes mistake for love. Instead, it embodies a deep acceptance of who we are, imperfections included. It is the gentle voice within us that reassures us we are enough, regardless of external pressures. When we truly embrace self-love, we cultivate a belief in our own worth. This newfound confidence allows us to release the need for validation from others, freeing us from the relentless pursuit of perfection. Instead of feeling compelled to prove ourselves through accomplishments, we learn to relax, understanding that our value is inherent, not contingent upon our actions or achievements. Imagine moving through life anchored in a robust sense of self-love, knowing you can rely on this inner strength whenever uncertainty arises. Surrender becomes a demonstration of profound resilience. By letting go of rigid expectations, we trust in the natural flow of life, confident that we possess the inner resources to navigate whatever comes our way. Self-love also helps us release self-judgment. We often harshly critique ourselves for perceived failures or shortcomings, a habit that breeds resistance and impedes our progress. Through the practice of self-love, we learn to soften this critical voice, treating ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a close friend. This compassionate approach paves the way for extraordinary changes. Consider the metaphor of the tight fist versus the open palm. A tightly clenched fist can hold on to nothing new. It remains fixed in place, unable to accept fresh experiences. In contrast, an open palm, relaxed and welcoming, can easily give and receive. Self-love empowers us to let go of what no longer serves us, keeping us poised to accept the abundance life has to offer. As we focus on nurturing self-love, we naturally attract more enriching experiences. This is not mere magic, it is a reflection of our internal state. When we genuinely accept and appreciate ourselves, we align with a higher vibrational energy, attracting people, opportunities, and situations that mirror our self-perception. We become less tolerant of relationships or circumstances that diminish our worth, instead seeking connections that honor and respect us. Practicing self-love liberates us from the relentless pursuit of perfection. Many individuals fall into the trap of believing that they must be flawless to be loved. This chase often leads to a cycle of striving and disappointment. By embracing our imperfections, we celebrate the unique qualities that make us who we are. Letting go of the need to be perfect enables us to be authentic, creating space for genuine connections and experiences. When we are true to ourselves, we open ourselves to authentic relationships with others. We attract people who appreciate us for who we genuinely are rather than a polished facade. This authenticity is magnetic. Being our true selves draws in opportunities that align with our real desires and talents. Moreover, self-love empowers us to release the burdens of the past and the anxieties about the future. When we embrace who we are, we can view our past experiences with compassion, acknowledging that they have shaped us into who we are today. Letting go of past wounds is essential to our healing journey. We recognize that we deserve to heal and flourish, moving forward with a sense of confidence in our ability to navigate life's challenges. The practice of surrendering our attachment to the past and future allows us to remain focused on the present, where all experiences unfold. When we cultivate self-love and maintain a present-centered mindset, we can co-create magnificent possibilities with the universe. Free from regrets and anxieties, we engage in activities that nurture both surrender and self-love. One powerful practice for cultivating self-love is mirror work, looking into your own eyes and affirming kind words to yourself. Initially, this practice may feel foreign, highlighting how unaccustomed we are to expressing genuine affection for ourselves. However, with persistence, it evolves into a profound tool for enhancing self-love and dispelling self-criticism. Another impactful exercise is loving-kindness meditation. This practice begins with sending thoughts of love and well wishes to yourself before gradually extending those sentiments to others. Focusing on ourselves in this meditation reinforces the understanding that self-love forms the foundation for all other types of love and kindness. Words wield immense power. They shape our thoughts and influence our emotions. Choosing to speak kindly to ourselves can foster a positive self-image and promote an inner atmosphere of acceptance. the journey towards self-love and surrender is continuous. Each step forward contributes to a deeper understanding of ourselves and our connections with others. Ultimately, surrender and self-love intertwine to create a transformative pathway. When we learn to surrender our need for control and embrace self-love, we unlock a profound potential for growth and fulfillment. This journey is not merely about relinquishing the past or striving for perfection. It's about fully engaging with the present moment and appreciating the unique beauty within ourselves. By nurturing self-love and practicing surrender, we become more aligned with our true selves, attracting experiences that resonate with our deepest desires. In this space, we can cultivate authentic connections, navigate life's challenges with grace, and celebrate the extraordinary beauty of everyday moments. The adventure of surrendering and loving ourselves is a profound exploration of our inner world, leading us toward a life rich in meaning, connection, and joy. Embracing the transformative journey of surrender is often a deeply personal experience, one that can reshape how we interact with the world and ourselves. In the whirlwind of daily life, many of us find ourselves caught in a relentless pursuit of success, approval, or perfection, leading to a disconnection from our true selves and the universe around us. Yet, through the practice of surrender, we can unlock a profound sense of peace and creativity, guiding us toward the fulfillment of our desires. To begin this journey, it's essential to recognize the power of our words. Language shapes our reality, influencing not just how we perceive our circumstances, but also how we engage with them. Consider the phrases we use daily. How often do we find ourselves saying, "I have to," instead of, "I choose to"? This subtle shift in language can profoundly impact our mindset, steering us from a sense of obligation to one of empowerment. The words have to imply a lack of control, a sense of being forced into a situation, while choose to reflects agency and intention. Viewing obstacles as opportunities rather than problems can create a significant shift in perspective. The language we use, whether it's framed in defeat or hope, directly influences our experiences and outcomes. Surrender invites us to adopt a more fluid approach to life, allowing us to be receptive to the unexpected. Instead of clinging to the notion that things must unfold a certain way, we learn to embrace uncertainty and explore the myriad possibilities that exist around us. In this realm of surrender, positive affirmations play a crucial role. Rather than stating, "I want to be successful," we can affirm, "I am successfully navigating my path." This reframing acknowledges that success is not a distant goal but a present reality that we are actively creating. Our words become a powerful affirmation of our current state, aligning our mindset with the truth that we already possess everything we need to thrive. Surrendering also means letting go of judgment. Instead of labeling experiences as good or bad, we can approach them with curiosity and acceptance. This nuanced perspective keeps us balanced emotionally, allowing us to engage with life's events without becoming overly attached to specific outcomes. By describing challenges as interesting rather than difficult, we cultivate a mindset that fosters growth and resilience. It becomes a practice of seeking the lesson in every experience, recognizing that even adversity can serve a purpose. When interacting with others, the language of surrender encourages compassion and understanding. We can replace accusatory phrases like "you always" or "you never" with more empathetic expressions. By using "I feel" statements and open-ended questions, we foster connections that invite dialogue rather than defensiveness. This practice encourages a deeper understanding of each other's experiences, nurturing relationships that are built on trust and respect. Gratitude is another essential element of surrender. Regularly expressing appreciation for what we have shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. This perspective enables us to recognize the many blessings present in our lives, nurturing a mindset that welcomes even more positivity. By embracing a life of gratitude, we effortlessly attract our desires into reality. As we immerse ourselves in the philosophy of surrender, we may find ourselves gravitating toward words and phrases that highlight interconnectedness. Concepts like flow, harmony, and alignment become part of our everyday dialogue, reminding us of our integral role in the larger tapestry of existence. We begin to see ourselves not as isolated individuals battling against external forces, but as vital components of a grander design, flowing together with the universe. The power of silence cannot be overlooked in the journey of surrender. Often, the most profound way to release control is to pause and simply listen. In moments of quietude, we create space for intuition and inspiration to emerge. The wisdom of the universe is often drowned out by the noise of our thoughts and worries. Embracing silence allows us to tap into that deeper knowledge. A critical aspect of this journey is the inner dialogue we maintain. As we cultivate kindness toward ourselves, our internal voice transforms from a harsh critic to a gentle guide. This compassionate self-talk echoes the kind of support we would offer to a close friend, nurturing our self-worth and reinforcing a positive self-image. Such changes in our internal landscape significantly affect how we engage with the world. Time, too, plays a vital role in the practice of surrender. Instead of rushing through life, constantly pushing ourselves to achieve more, we learn to trust in the perfect timing of the universe. We replace complaints about our current circumstances with affirmations like, "I am exactly where I need to be." This shift allows us to cultivate patience and faith, recognizing that every moment is a step on our unique path. However, one of the most significant challenges we face on this journey is our negative emotions. These feelings can cloud our judgment, drain our energy, and hinder our progress. Yet, rather than viewing them as obstacles, we can see them as valuable messengers that reveal deeper truths about our inner lives. By acknowledging and accepting these emotions, we create an opportunity for healing and liberation. Surrendering to our negative emotions doesn't imply succumbing to them, rather, it involves acknowledging their presence and allowing them to flow through us. For instance, when anger arises, we can choose to sit with it, observing its intensity without judgment. This practice can reveal underlying feelings of hurt or fear that often lie beneath the surface. In this way, we can begin to unpack the layers of our emotional experiences, allowing for a more profound understanding of ourselves. Letting go of tightly held emotions is akin to opening a clenched fist. When we resist our feelings, we create tension that can hinder our growth. Conversely, by allowing our emotions to flow, we create space for new insights and experiences to emerge. This practice aligns closely with mindfulness principles, helping us distinguish between our true selves and the emotions we experience. We realize that we are not our feelings, we are the awareness that experiences them. To effectively release negative emotions, we can practice feeling it to heal it. This means fully immersing ourselves in the emotion, allowing ourselves to experience it in a calm, safe space. By doing so, we can facilitate the healing process, letting go of the past and making room for new possibilities. The practice of mindfulness teaches us to observe our feelings without becoming overwhelmed, promoting a balanced emotional state that allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. As we cultivate the practice of surrender, we invite a sense of ease and flow into our lives. This shift enables us to attract experiences that resonate with our true selves, aligning us with the universe's natural rhythm. By embracing the language of surrender, practicing gratitude, nurturing compassion, and allowing our emotions to flow, we can unlock the door to our highest potential. Through surrender, we discover a deeper connection to ourselves, others, and the universe. We learn that true fulfillment is not found in the relentless pursuit of goals, but in the ability to embrace the present moment with love and acceptance. As we surrender to life's ebb and flow, we open ourselves to the beauty of existence, allowing our desires to manifest effortlessly. In essence, the journey of surrender is about embracing the beauty of being present. It invites us to connect with the universe and discover our place within its grand design. By shifting our language, nurturing self-love, and welcoming our emotions, we can unlock the potential for a richer, more fulfilling life. The art of surrender teaches us that true strength lies not in control, but in letting go, trusting, and allowing life to unfold as it is meant to be. Finding moments of relaxation in our hectic lives can be transformative. Picture yourself in a peaceful space, perhaps a quiet room or a serene outdoor setting. Close your eyes gently, allowing the world around you to fade into the background. Turn your attention inward and begin to explore your emotions. Where do you feel these emotions in your body? Is it a tightness in your chest, a flutter in your stomach, or a heaviness in your shoulders? Let your awareness linger on these sensations, allowing the emotions to surface without resistance. As you breathe deeply, take a moment to fully experience what you are feeling. You might discover that anger, when acknowledged, can shift into sadness, or that fear can evolve into vulnerability. It's a powerful process. Each emotion has its own layers, waiting to be unveiled. Embrace this journey, as it often leads to profound releases and insights about yourself. Acknowledging and accepting your feelings is another way to navigate through them. When we grapple with emotions, often we label them as wrong or inappropriate, creating inner turmoil. Instead, try welcoming whatever emotions arise with an open heart. By saying yes to your feelings, you allow yourself to flow with the rhythm of life. Negative emotions may not be pleasant, but they are transient. They come and go like waves in the ocean. Recognizing their impermanence can ease the burden of their presence. The language we choose to describe our feelings matters significantly in this surrender process. Instead of saying, "I am angry," try expressing, "I am experiencing anger right now." This subtle change creates distance between your identity and the emotion, making it easier to release it. By doing this, you acknowledge the feeling without letting it define you, creating space for healing. As we delve deeper into emotional surrender, we may encounter old wounds and unresolved traumas that need special attention. Here, the guidance of a therapist or counselor can prove invaluable. Emotional surrender isn't about dismissing or ignoring our pain, it's about facing it with compassion. It involves understanding our experiences, letting them teach us, and allowing them to transform us. When it comes to the law of attraction and manifestation, letting go of negative feelings becomes even more crucial. These heavy emotions act like static interference, clouding our ability to connect with our true desires. Visualize a scenario where you are seeking a new job. You've set your goals, repeated affirmations, and taken steps toward your dreams. Yet, feelings of anxiety and self-doubt linger. These negative emotions create a discord between what you want and your current emotional state, making it harder for your aspirations to manifest. To connect more effectively with the energy of opportunity and success, it's essential to recognize and experience these feelings fully, then let them go. The practice of surrendering negative emotions not only fosters emotional strength but also builds resilience. When we learn to accept discomfort, we equip ourselves to handle life's inevitable challenges. This newfound resilience enables us to maintain focus and belief in our goals, even when faced with temporary setbacks. Surrendering negative emotions is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing practice. Just as our bodies continuously eliminate physical waste, our emotions require regular cleansing and release. Committing to daily emotional surrender allows us to maintain clarity and alignment in our lives. It creates a healthier emotional landscape that fosters growth and fulfillment. Another vital aspect of navigating life is finding the balance between action and surrender. Often, we feel torn between the need to act and the wisdom of letting things unfold naturally. Striking this balance is essential for realizing our dreams and living a meaningful life. It prompts us to reassess how we exert control over our circumstances and encourages a more mindful approach to goal achievement. Understanding that action and surrender are not opposing forces is key to their effective integration. Instead, they represent two energies that, when harmonized, can yield powerful results. Think of a skilled sailor navigating the open sea. The sailor must adjust the sails, plot a course, and steer the ship while also attuning to the winds and currents, working in harmony with nature rather than fighting against it. In our lives, we play dual roles, the captain of our ship and the vessel itself. We decide what we want, formulate a plan, and take actionable steps toward our goals. This active phase of manifestation involves deliberate choices and efforts. However, it's crucial to recognize that simply taking action isn't always enough. At times, excessive striving can lead to stress and fatigue, creating resistance against the natural flow of life. This is where surrender becomes vital. Surrender is not synonymous with defeat, rather, it's about releasing rigid expectations regarding how our dreams should manifest. Imagine starting a garden. You prepare the soil, plant the seeds, and provide nourishment. Afterward, you must let go and trust the natural growth process. You cannot hasten the seed's growth by force. Instead, you must rely on nature's wisdom and timing. Finding the right balance between action and surrender requires honing your intuition and being receptive to life's signals. It's about achieving a state of flow, where your actions align seamlessly with the natural rhythms of the universe. This necessitates self-awareness and attentive listening to your inner voice. A practical approach to cultivating this balance is to establish a cycle of action and reflection. Dedicate specific time daily or weekly to take inspired steps toward your goals. Following that, create moments of quiet reflection where you can step back and assess your progress without judgment. This practice allows you to connect with the natural ebb and flow of your energy, promoting a more balanced state of being. As you navigate your journey, embrace the art of surrender while pursuing your desires. This doesn't imply apathy toward the outcome. Instead, it reflects a willingness to entertain the possibility that there may be a greater plan at play than what you've envisioned. Detachment allows you to remain open and flexible, enabling you to seize unexpected opportunities as they arise. The balance between action and surrender will vary depending on the situation. Sometimes, proactive measures are necessary, while at other times, stepping back and allowing events to unfold is the wiser choice. Gaining clarity in this area takes patience, self-kindness, and a willingness to learn from both successes and perceived failures. Consider the example of a man who dreams of writing a novel. He diligently crafts a plan to write a little each day, enrolls in writing workshops, and studies the craft. However, despite his efforts, he faces bouts of writer's block and self-doubt. In a moment of surrender, he begins writing freely, without concern for expectations or perfection. It's within this creative freedom that the words begin to flow effortlessly, leading him to complete his novel. In this journey, the interplay between surrender and action becomes a dance, one that requires grace, intuition, and a willingness to adapt. As we learn to embrace both aspects, we open ourselves up to a richer, more fulfilling experience of life. Surrender allows us to cultivate a sense of trust in ourselves and the universe, while taking inspired action grounds us in our intentions. Ultimately, the path to manifesting our desires is an intricate weave of doing and being, of striving and letting go. Each step taken in surrender enriches our experience, guiding us toward deeper self-awareness and understanding. As we navigate this delicate balance, we foster a connection with the universe that aligns us with our true purpose. In conclusion, surrendering negative emotions while finding the right balance between action and acceptance is a lifelong practice. It invites us to delve into our feelings, embrace our experiences, and navigate life with a spirit of openness. As we master this art, we become more resilient and better equipped to manifest our dreams, creating a life that resonates with our highest potential. The journey of writing can often take unexpected turns, shaping our narratives in ways we never initially planned. This transformative process connects deeply with readers, showcasing a vital truth: our pride and fear can act as barriers to achieving our true desires. When we relinquish the need to control every outcome, we often find that the universe unfolds our dreams in surprising and delightful ways. Striking the right balance between taking action and embracing surrender is crucial, not just in personal endeavors but also in our relationships with others. In moments of conflict or negotiation, it's essential to assert ourselves and communicate our needs clearly. However, it's equally important to recognize when to listen, seek compromise, and let go of the urge to be right. This equilibrium between assertiveness and openness is foundational for nurturing strong, vibrant relationships. As we embark on our paths of manifestation and personal growth, establishing a framework that integrates both action and surrender can be tremendously beneficial. This may involve identifying areas in our lives where we exert too much control and consciously choosing to step back. Conversely, it might also mean recognizing situations where we have been overly passive and deciding to take intentional, motivated steps forward. Finding this balance requires self-awareness and adaptability. Perfection is not the goal. Sometimes, we might find ourselves pushing too hard to reach a specific target or, at other times, being too relaxed in the face of challenges. When these imbalances occur, view them as opportunities for growth and adjustment. Embracing the flow of life means acknowledging that we collaborate with the universe. We are neither entirely in control nor completely helpless against fate. By adopting this balanced perspective, we can navigate life with greater ease, satisfaction, and serendipitous encounters. As you progress, carry with you the wisdom of a sailor who adjusts the sails, the patience of a gardener nurturing growth, and the imagination of a writer crafting stories. Actively pursue your dreams, but keep them flexible, allowing space for life's surprises. Trust in the journey ahead and believe in your inner strength. Remain open to the extraordinary experiences that arise when you harmonize action with acceptance. The essence of manifestation lies in this delicate balance, a process of creation that honors both your personal agency and your connection to the broader universe. Engage in this dance, and witness how your life transforms into a beautiful expression of harmony. Surrender isn't merely a destination to arrive at. It's a profound process that influences every facet of our existence. As we reach the end of one chapter, we step into a new phase where surrender becomes a steadfast ally and guide. Embracing a lifestyle of surrender is a skill that combines ease with courage. It requires us to welcome each moment with an open heart, prepared to accept whatever life may bring. Living in surrender involves relinquishing the illusion of control that we so often cling to. It's about recognizing that our plans, no matter how meticulously crafted, are just sketches in the grand tapestry of existence. The universe has its own design, and our task is to trust that everything is aligning beautifully. This doesn't mean passively observing life unfold. Rather, we actively participate while understanding the balance between effort and letting go. Imagine a river as a metaphor for life. Like leaves drifting on the water's surface, we can either resist the flow, exhausting ourselves in an attempt to swim upstream, or we can let go, trusting that the current will carry us where we need to go. Sometimes the waters are turbulent, while at other times they are calm and serene. Each experience contributes to our growth, propelling us forward on our journey. When we incorporate surrender into our daily lives, we begin to notice subtle yet profound shifts in our perceptions and experiences. Releasing the relentless drive to control can bring about a sense of ease and freedom. We become more attuned to the little wonders surrounding us, each sunset not just a stunning view, but a reminder of life's cycles, encouraging us to release what no longer serves us and embrace new beginnings. Choosing to live in surrender does not mean abandoning our dreams or desires. Instead, it allows us to hold them lightly, with an open hand rather than a clenched fist. We define what we want, take steps toward our goals, and then relinquish our attachment to specific outcomes. By consciously creating and trusting the universe's design, we unlock possibilities that may surpass our initial imaginings. Surrendering is not a quick fix. It takes time and persistent effort. Old habits of control and fear may resurface, tempting us to revert to familiar patterns. In such moments, we must gently remind ourselves of the freedom and peace that accompany surrender. Focusing on our breath, grounding ourselves in the present, and consciously choosing to let go each time we face these challenges strengthens our ability to flow with life's current. Adopting a lifestyle rooted in surrender fosters kindness, both towards ourselves and others. Recognizing that everyone is on their unique journey, facing their challenges and gaining insights, allows us to release judgment. This understanding promotes authentic connection and empathy, enabling us to respond rather than react, and nurturing deeper relationships. Living in surrender also transforms our relationship with time. The frantic urge to succeed and accumulate often gives way to a richer appreciation for what we already possess. Life unfolds at its own pace, and our role is to engage fully in every aspect of our journey. This shift in perspective allows us to relish the journey itself rather than fixating solely on the destination. Embracing a surrender-based lifestyle yields lasting benefits that can profoundly impact our lives. We experience a greater sense of ease, reduced stress and anxiety, improved relationships, and a more profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. Our understanding deepens, creativity flows more freely, and we naturally align with opportunities for growth and expansion. As you step into a life of surrender, remember that you are supported by the vast wisdom of the universe. Trust your instincts, remain open to the wonders that surround you, and recognize that by releasing what no longer serves you, you create space for remarkable experiences to unfold. Surrendering is a lifelong journey that offers genuine freedom and deep satisfaction, guiding you toward your most significant aspirations. Embrace it wholeheartedly and observe how surrender transforms your life into something beautiful and fulfilling. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.